He claimed she was his cousin. But she sent me a DM saying, "I didn't know he was still with you." I said, "Neither did I." Then we both sent him the same message at the same time, "We're good now." I met Derek at a bar called Little Woodrow's in Austin. It was a Wednesday night. I wasn't even supposed to go out that night, but a friend had a rough day and wanted a drink. I figured, why not? Derek was there playing darts with a couple of buddies. He wasn't flashy. No big lines. Just asked if he could buy me a drink. Said I had a kind face. I laughed at that because no one ever says that. He didn't push. He talked calm, looked me in the eye, didn't stare at my chest like most guys do. We talked for over an hour, mostly about work. He said he flipped houses, owned a couple properties outside of Round Rock with a friend from high school. He asked what I did, and I told him about my cleaning business. How I started it from scratch after my divorce. He seemed impressed. We swapped numbers, and he texted me before I even got home. I smiled like an idiot reading his message. That was the start of it. He took me on real dates. Not just Netflix and chill crap. He made reservations. He opened doors. He'd bring me little things, iced coffee, flowers from the corner store, those spicy mango candies I liked. He paid attention. And that mattered. Because I hadn't had that in a long time. After a couple months, he started staying over more. I didn't ask him to move in, but little by little, his stuff ended up at my place. A drawer. Then his shaving kit. Then a PlayStation, just to have something to do when I was working. I didn't care. I liked having him around. Then the weird stuff started. One night we were watching TV and his phone buzzed. He picked it up so fast. I actually laughed and said, "What, your secret girlfriend texting you?" He smirked and said, "Nah, it's just my cousin. She's always going through drama." I didn't think much of it at the time. Family stuff happens. But then it kept happening. Every damn night. His phone would buzz, and he'd flip it over, screen down. He never used to do that. And every time, it was my cousin. So one night, when he was in the shower, I looked. I didn't open anything. Just checked the contact name. Mika Rehart, not cousin Mika. Just Mika, with a heart. My stomach dropped. I didn't need to read the messages. That heart said enough. But I didn't say anything right away. I took a screenshot. Then put the phone back and pretended like nothing happened. I needed time to think. I didn't want to lose my temper. I wanted to understand what the hell was going on before I confronted him. I started watching him, real close. He started coming home later. Said he was checking on a property in Georgetown or grabbing drinks with his buddy. But he'd come home smelling like some sweet perfume I didn't wear. I started checking his laundry when he wasn't around. Once, I found a receipt from a restaurant downtown. He told me he'd been working that night. That's when I knew. He was cheating, but I didn't know with who. Not for sure. Not until Mika messaged me. It was a random Wednesday morning. I was getting ready to head out for a job when I saw the DM on Instagram. From someone named Mika R. She had a private profile, but her picture was a close-up of her face. She was pretty. Real pretty. The kind of pretty that makes you feel small for a second. Her message said, "Hey, I hope this isn't weird, but are you still with Derek?" My heart stopped. I just stared at it. I didn't answer right away. I clicked on her profile. Saw we had no mutual friends. I scrolled through what little I could see. She looked familiar. I realized I'd seen her name before on Derek's phone. I messaged her back. "Yeah. Why?" She replied, "I didn't know he was still with you." That's when I knew for sure. I asked how long they'd been seeing each other. She said, about 5 months. 5 months. I couldn't believe it. I felt sick. My chest felt tight. She said he told her he was single, that he'd just gotten out of a messy situation with his ex. She thought I was out of the picture. I told her the truth, that we were still together, that he was still living at my place. She was quiet for a bit. Then she sent me screenshots, photos, texts, dates, All of it. We compared everything. I sent her photos of him on my couch. She sent me videos of him in her kitchen. I sent her screenshots of his texts saying, "Good night, baby." She sent me the exact same message, sent on the same night. That man was running 2 full relationships, sleeping with both of us, saying the same lines, making the same jokes. He even told both of us that he wanted to settle down next year. We were both furious. Not just because he lied, but because he made us feel stupid. Like we wouldn't notice. Like we didn't matter. We agreed on one thing. He didn't deserve a fight. He didn't deserve a big blow-up. He deserved to be ignored, rejected, shut out. So we planned it. At exactly 8 p.m. that Friday night, we each sent him the same message. "We're good now." No context. No emotion. Just those 4 words. He didn't respond. The next day, all of his stuff was gone from my apartment. No goodbye. No note. No explanation. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. I won't lie. When I walked into my apartment and saw that Derek had cleared out, I felt relief. But it was short. Because the next morning, I got a call from my bank. Some charges had been flagged. Not mine. $3,000, pulled from my business account. Gone. I froze. I checked the transactions. They were online purchases, tools, a pressure washer, some home improvement crap. All shipped to an address in Leander. I didn't recognize it. But I recognized the name on the shipping info. Derek Miller. My chest got tight again. He hadn't just played me. He stole from me. The account he drained was tied to a debit card I kept in my drawer. The one I rarely used, the one I knew I hadn't touched in weeks. I opened the drawer. The card was gone. That bastard had taken it before he left. I called the bank, reported the fraud, canceled the card, filed a police report. They told me not to hold my breath. Said since he'd lived there and I hadn't reported the card missing right away, it might be hard to prove theft. I felt like a fool all over again. I texted Mika, told her what he did. She replied, "He stole from me too." Turns out he'd borrowed $2,000 from her a month before. Said he needed it for a contractor deposit. Promised to pay her back within a week. Never did. Then blocked her on everything after he disappeared. Now it wasn't just about being lied to. He was a full-on scammer. A con artist. And I was done being polite. I started looking into him. Hard. Called in favors. Asked friends to dig. One of my clients used to work in real estate. He pulled some property info for me. Said Derek's name wasn't on any titles in the county. None. That house flipping story? Total lie. Then I looked into the address the bank flagged, the one in Leander. It was a rental house. A new listing. Belonged to a woman named Yvette. I found her on Facebook. Older. Pretty. Owns a cleaning company too. I messaged her. Told her I was trying to reach Derek. Asked if he lived there. She messaged back, "He just moved in with me last week." "Who are you?" I told her. Everything. Sent her the screenshots. The messages. The receipts. I expected her to block me. Or maybe defend him. Instead, she called me. Her voice was shaking. He said he was divorced. Said he was fixing houses out in Temple. Said he wanted to help me grow my business. Turns out, she had hired him to help her with bookkeeping. He was already using her business card to pay for tools. Had access to her company files. Even talked her into co-signing for a truck he said he needed for work. My stomach turned. He wasn't just a liar. He was working his way through small business women. Targeting them. Living off them. Draining them. And walking away. I told her to freeze her accounts. Check everything. She did. Within 2 days, she messaged me again. He's gone. Disappeared. Left his clothes, his tools, everything. Blocked her. Same pattern. I was mad. Not just for me, but for Mika, for Yvette, for whoever else he was going to do this to. I couldn't let him keep getting away with it. So I called Mika. I think we need to find him. She didn't even hesitate. Let's do it. We started digging. We made a list of everyone we knew he'd talked about. Friends, old coworkers, family, anyone. And then we found his cousin. His real cousin. A woman named Kiera, living in Killeen. I called her. Told her I was trying to reach Derek. Said I used to date him. She said, "Oh Lord. What did he do now?" Turns out, Derek had a long history. Credit card scams. Fake checks. Always moving around. Always chasing a new hustle. He never stayed in one place more than 6 months. But here's the kicker, Kiera told me where he was headed next. He had a new girlfriend. Out in San Marcos. Younger. College student. She didn't know the girl's name. Just said he met her online and was talking about going clean this time. I felt my blood boil. Because we all knew that was a lie. He wasn't going clean. He was starting over. Again. Fresh victim. I wasn't gonna let that happen. We're good now. Part 3. The third woman and the trap. Kiera gave me a name. Said the girl's name was Tasha. Young. Maybe 22 or 23. A student at Texas State. I looked her up. It didn't take long. Derek's dumb ass still had public likes on some of her posts. She was pretty. Bright smile. The kind of face that hasn't been kicked around by life yet. I felt sick thinking about how he'd work her. How he'd pretend to be something solid. Tell her he saw potential in her. That he wanted to build together. He used those exact words with me and Mika. I messaged her. Just like Mika did with me. "Hi, I know you don't know me, but I think we need to talk about Derek." She left me on read for 6 hours. Then replied, "Why? What about him?" I laid it all out. Simple. Straight. I told her I dated him. That he lived with me. That he was with another woman named Mika at the same time. That he stole from both of us. And from a third woman, too. She didn't believe me at first. I could feel it in her messages. He told me his exes were obsessed. That y'all made up stuff after he broke up with you. I told her to ask him one question. What business did you run with Mika? Because that was the lie he told Mika. He said they were starting a cleaning business together. Said they were business partners who got too close. She didn't respond right away. But the next morning, she sent me a screen recording. It was her texting him that exact question. He replied, "WTF? Who told you that? They're stalking me again." That's when she knew. She messaged me, "Okay. I believe you now." I gave her everything. Screenshots. Bank charges. Voice messages he left when he thought Mika was mad. Everything he said to me, to Mika, to Yvette. She went quiet. Then she asked, "Want to help me do something?" We met in person 3 days later. In the parking lot of a Starbucks in San Marcos. Me, Mika, and Tasha. It was strange seeing all of us together. We should have hated each other. But we didn't. We were just women trying to make sense of how one man fooled us all. Tasha said Derek had been pressuring her to add him to her lease. Said his credit was bad and he needed stability. Classic line. He also said he wanted to invest in her future, told her he could help her set up a small business for tutoring kids online. It was the same thing he told all of us. Different version. Same scam. Tasha wanted to hit back. But not just by cutting him off. She wanted to trap him. So we could nail him. Real charges. Evidence. Her plan was simple. She told him she'd add him to the lease. Told him she wanted to start that tutoring business and would give him access to a joint business account. She opened the account with her dad's help, but it was a decoy. Monitored. Every move tracked. He took the bait. 2 days later, he used the account to buy a new laptop. Then a camera. Then tried to wire $800 to a consultant in Houston. The wire got flagged. Tasha played dumb. Acted confused. Let him dig deeper. Within a week, he tried to change the password on the account. That's when we pulled the plug. Tasha called the police. Filed charges. Her dad, who used to work with a local DA, helped her connect with the right investigator. We turned over everything. Every screenshot. Every message. Every receipt. My bank statements. Mika's texts. Yvette's complaints. They opened a case. And then, Derek vanished again. Gone. No trace. No calls. No texts. Just like before. I thought that would be it. But then something happened. 3 weeks later, I got a call from a number I didn't know. It was a woman. Her voice was low. Scared. She said, "Are you the one who warned Tasha about Derek?" I said, "Yes." "Who are you?" She whispered, "He's living with my sister now. In Houston. I think he's doing it again. We're good now." Final part. The end of Derek. Her name was Angela. She said her younger sister, Brianna, was only 21. Still in school. Still living off student loans and whatever cash she made babysitting. She said Derek had met her online just 2 weeks earlier. She was already talking about helping him rebuild his life. Angela found my name by searching his. Said she stumbled onto a Reddit thread where someone had posted about a scammer in Texas. The post had screenshots of messages and pictures, ones I recognized because they were mine. Turns out, Mika had gone online. She wanted to warn people. Angela begged me for help. Said her sister wouldn't listen to her. Thought she was jealous. I said, "I'll drive to Houston." Mika came too. So did Tasha. 3 women. 1 mission. We didn't know what we were walking into, but none of us cared. We had spent months feeling used, humiliated, and ignored. This time, we were going to make sure Derek couldn't run. Angela told us where Brianna lived, a student apartment complex on the edge of the city. We got there around 4 p.m. Parked across the street. And there he was, walking out of the building like nothing was wrong. Wearing a shirt he stole from my place. Carrying a backpack Tasha had bought him. And laughing. With Brianna. This baby-faced girl who looked like she hadn't seen any of the hell we had. We waited until he walked back inside. Then Angela texted her sister, "Come outside. It's urgent." Brianna came out 10 minutes later. Alone. She looked annoyed until she saw us standing by the car. Then she saw Derek's face on our phones. The screenshots. The messages. She didn't say a word. She just stared. We told her everything. Slowly, carefully, Tasha showed her the business account statements. Mika showed her the old receipts. I showed her the photo of him in my bed, taken the same week he had told Brianna he just got to town. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just nodded. Then she turned and walked back upstairs. 5 minutes later, Derek came down. Alone. Smiling. Until he saw us. His whole face changed. He tried to turn back. But Angela blocked the way. He muttered, "What the hell is this?" I stepped forward. "You remember the message I sent you? We're good now." He didn't answer. I kept going. "You know what that really meant?" "It meant we finally saw through your crap." He opened his mouth like he was going to charm his way out of it. But Mika cut him off. "You used us. Lied to us. Stole from us. You don't get to walk away this time." He tried to play calm. "Y'all are being dramatic. I didn't steal anything. You gave me that stuff. All of you." Tasha held up her phone. "Then why are there fraud charges with your name on them?" That's when 2 officers pulled into the lot. We hadn't come empty-handed. The investigator in San Marcos said if we spotted him, we should call immediately. We did. They got out and walked up slow. Derek turned pale. One officer asked, "Derek Miller?" He didn't answer. So the second one repeated it louder, "You Derek Miller?" He took off running. Right through the lot. Past the dumpsters. Across the grass. He didn't make it far. The first cop tackled him behind a fence. We watched from the lot as they cuffed him. No yelling. No screaming. Just one long, exhausted silence. That silence was the sound of him realizing it was over. He's facing charges now. Fraud. Theft. Possibly more once they finish digging through the accounts. The DA says they've found at least 3 more women. All small business owners. All with missing money. The day after they arrested him, Brianna messaged us. She said, "Thank you. I feel stupid, but I'm lucky it didn't go further." I told her, "You're not stupid." We all believed him. That's what he was good at. Truth is, we all made mistakes. We all ignored little signs. Believed words instead of actions. But we made it right. We found each other. We fought back. Derek thought he could walk into women's lives, take what he wanted, and vanish like smoke. But this time, he left a trail. And this time, we burned it all down behind him. I still think about that text sometimes. The one we sent him. We're good now. Yeah, now we really are. It's been a year. Derek took a plea deal. He's doing 3 years in prison. Not nearly enough if you ask me, but it's something. Better than walking free. The charges stuck because of Tasha's account setup and the coordinated statements we all gave. The receipts. The texts. The police said it was rare to have this many victims all come together the way we did. They said we saved others by speaking up. Mika ended up starting her own professional organizing business. She's doing well. Says it helps her feel in control again. She even hired 2 women, both single moms who were trying to start over. We talk every couple of weeks. She's strong. Real strong. Tasha went back to school full-time. Dropped her business major and switched to social work. Said she wants to help women like us. Said she never wants to feel that stupid again and never wants another woman to either. She's 23 now. Smarter than most people I know. As for me, I didn't date for a while. Didn't trust myself. I kept wondering how I didn't see it sooner. How I let it get that far. But therapy helped. And time. And the truth, he didn't fool me because I was weak. He fooled me because I was kind. And I wanted to believe someone could love me the way I loved them. I still run my cleaning business. Got 2 new contracts last month. Word of mouth's been good. One of my clients is a lawyer who offered to help if I ever need legal advice again, for free. Said I deserved that much. Sometimes, I drive past the bar where I met Derek. I don't feel anger anymore. I just feel settled. Like the part of me that needed answers finally got them. We didn't get revenge the way you see in movies. No explosions. No public shaming. But we got something better. We stopped a predator. We exposed the truth. And we reminded ourselves that even when we fall for the wrong person, we don't have to stay broken. We stood up. We fought back. And when we said we're good now, we meant it. We're better now.